I stared at my phone screen, tears blurring my vision. The breakup text I'd agonized over for 3 hours was finally typed out. It is over. I can't do this anymore. You chose her, so be with her. Don't contact me again, Ethan. My finger hovered over the send button. 3 years. 3 whole years wasted on Ethan Rodriguez. And I'd just seen him making out with that just-a-friend coworker in the parking lot of our favorite restaurant. That restaurant. The place where we had our first date, where he first said he loved me. The irony was suffocating. Send it. My best friend, Harper, urged from across the couch, wine glass in hand. Just send it. Rip off the band. Aid, he doesn't deserve an explanation, but you deserve closure. She was right. I hit send, then immediately tossed the phone across the room like it had burned me. Done. No more seeing Ethan's lying face. No more hearing his pathetic excuses.
Welcome to Airless's Romance Stories. Read the entire novel in one go. Message or comment to tell me what kind of story you'd like to read. Subscribe to the channel for daily updates. Airless reminds you, the story begins now.
I grabbed the wine bottle and poured myself a full glass. I am done with men. Completely done. I am becoming a nun. Do they accept atheist rage drinkers? I am pretty sure that is not how nunhood works, Harper said. But she'd support your religious journey. Wait, what? I lifted my head from the rim of my glass. What? Sophia, you sent it to the wrong number. She handed me my phone, and the screen made my stomach drop. 1 digit off, just 1, and someone had already replied. Wrong number, but I am intrigued. Who chose who over you? More importantly, are you free tonight? Sender unknown number. Oh God, I snatched the phone. Oh God, oh God, oh God, I sent my breakup text to a total stranger. A stranger who is apparently interested in you. Harper leaned over to read. Are you free tonight? Smooth move, Mr. Wrong Number. I can't believe this. I was already typing an apology. So sorry, that wasn't meant for you. Please ignore. His reply was almost instant. Why would I ignore the most interesting text I've gotten all year? Tell me about him, the idiot who lost you. Okay, he is either a serial killer or really bored. I showed Harper the phone. Or really interested, Harper said. Come on, what is the harm? You'll never meet him anyway. Vent to a stranger. It is basically therapy. She topped off our glasses, and he called the mystery guy an idiot for losing you. I like him already. Against my better judgment, I replied. 3 years together, caught him cheating with his coworker tonight, the just friends one. His response made me laugh through my tears. Let me guess. He said you are overreacting, that it meant nothing, that she came on to him. Oh my God, he said exactly that, I told Harper. All of it, plus it was a one-time thing, and you are being unfair. Men are so predictable, and idiots. You are better off without him. Everyone says that, doesn't make it hurt less. True, but it does make revenge fantasies more satisfying. What is his name? I know people, 1 call, and his car mysteriously breaks down. 2 calls, his credit score tanks. 3 calls, he wakes up in another state with no idea how he got there. I stared at the message, unsure if he was joking. Harper burst out laughing. Okay, he is either seriously dangerous or hilariously funny. Either way, I am entertained. She refilled my glass. Ask him which. Are you serious or just trying to cheer me up? A bit of both, but seriously, if you want him inconvenienced, I can arrange it. If you want him suffering, that takes more planning. If you want him gone for good, we'll have to discuss payment options. You are insane. I am helpful, there is a difference. So, which door? 1, 2, or 3? Despite everything, I laughed. This total stranger was absurd and possibly dangerous. Absolutely not someone I should be texting at midnight while drunk and emotionally wrecked. I just want him to regret it, to realize what he lost. See me happy without him, know he screwed up. Boring but healthy. Fine, we'll do it the mature way. Step 1, stop crying over someone not worth your tears. Step 2, get dressed up and go somewhere that makes you feel amazing. Step 3, post pics looking hot and unbothered. Step 4, block him everywhere so he can't respond or beg. You've done this before. I've seen it done right and wrong. Trust me, living well is better revenge than any car vandalism or social media drama. and it is legal, which is always a plus. Who are you, anyway? Someone who appreciates a good wrong number story. Someone who hates seeing people waste time on idiots who don't value them. Now, have you eaten anything today? The question caught me off guard. What? Food. Have you ingested any sustenance today? Or have you been running on empty with the crying and drinking? The latter. Bad self-care. You need to eat. What is nearby? I'll order you delivery. You can't just order me delivery. I don't even know you. That is exactly why you should let me. No ulterior motives, no expectations. Just one stranger making sure another doesn't get sick from grief and cheap wine. It is expensive wine, thank you. My apologies. Expensive wine point stands. Give me your address, and I'll send food. I should have said no. Should have thanked him for the distraction and stopped replying. But the mix of humor and genuine concern in his messages had me typing out my address before I could think better of it. Got it. Food in 30. Drink water. Sleep well. Tomorrow, you start forgetting the idiot who lost you. Why are you being so nice to a stranger? Because you seem like you could use some niceness right now, and my gut tells me you'd do the same for someone else if the roles were reversed. He was right about that last part. Thank you. Really, this helped. Anytime. Seriously. You have my number now. Use it if you need to. I don't even know your name. Based on how you signed off in that first text, you are Sophia. Nice to meet you, Sophia. Even under the circumstances. And you? Call me Alexander. Nice to meet you, Sophia. Thanks for being my unexpected therapist tonight. My pleasure. Now go wash your face and wait for your food. Sophia, he is an idiot. Anyone who cheats on you deserves what is coming. The food arrived exactly 30 minutes later. Takeout from my favorite Thai place. I hadn't mentioned it, which meant he'd either guessed or looked it up based on my address. The delivery guy handed over enough for 3 people, plus a note in bold, masculine handwriting. Drink water. Sleep well. Tomorrow you start forgetting him. Harper watched me read it, eyes wide. Okay, I take back the serial killer thing. That is actually sweet. A little stalkerish, but mostly sweet. How did he know my favorite Thai spot? He probably just Googled what is nearby and got lucky. She grabbed a container. Lucky guess, or she looked uncertain. He is good at research, which is either romantic or creepy. My phone buzzed again. Alexander. Get it. Good. Eat the pad Thai first, best hot. Don't ask how I know. I called the restaurant and had them send the favorites. Lucky guess. I snapped a pic of the spread and sent it. Enough food for a week. Thank you. This is incredibly generous. Consider it an investment in your recovery. Can't have you forgetting to eat while busy being your best self. Is this what you do? Rescue people via wrong numbers? First time, actually. You are special. Don't let it go to your head. I fell asleep that night with my phone by my pillow. The conversation with Alexander saved. For the first time since seeing Ethan with that woman, I didn't cry myself to sleep. The next morning, I woke to a text from Alexander. Morning hangover status. Manageable food helped. Thanks again. No problem. What is the plan today? Wallow or move forward? I thought about it. Ethan had blown up my phone with 17 desperate texts last night. I'd skimmed them once, felt nothing but irritation, and decided Alexander was right. Time to block him. Moving forward, starting with blocking the X on everything. Solid choice. Then what? Grocery shopping, laundry, super thrilling post, breakup activities. Boring but necessary after that. I don't know. Probably more wallowing. Wrong answer. After that, you are getting dressed up and having dinner with me. I stared at the message, heart racing. What? Dinner? You and me? Part of the recovery process. Can't start a new life without stepping out the door. I don't even know you. You could be a serial killer. If I were a serial killer, I had your address last night and did nothing with it. That should count for something, and serial killers don't usually splurge on fancy Thai. Usually. Kidding. Mostly. Look, I'll meet you in public. You pick the spot. Bring your friend as backup, if it makes you feel safer. One dinner, no expectations. Just 2 people who met under weird circumstances sharing a meal. Why? Because I am curious about you because you seem interesting. and my gut says you could use a distraction from pining over the idiot who cheated on you." He had a point, and curiosity won over caution. "Fine, one dinner. But I pick the place, and I am bringing Harper." "Deal. Send details. See you at 7. I spent the rest of the day oscillating between excitement and terror. What was I thinking? Agreeing to meet a stranger I'd connected with via wrong number. This was true, crime podcast material. But something about Alexander felt safe. Despite knowing nothing about him beyond his name and his generosity with Thai food, I trusted him. Either intuition or post, breakup insanity, time would tell. "I can't believe you are actually doing this," Harper said that evening, as she helped me pick an outfit. "Meeting a guy who could be anyone. You are coming with me, safety in numbers." "True, and if he is hot, I get credit." She held up a red dress. "This one, you look killer in it, and it says, 'I am over my ex and thriving.' It says I am trying too hard. Exactly perfect for a first date with a mystery stranger." She tossed it at me. "Put it on. We leave in an hour." I chose a restaurant I knew well, upscale but not stuffy, public but intimate enough for conversation, a safe spot where I could bolt if things went south. 7 p.m. at Luca's table for 3. "See you then, Sophia, wear red." Gut feeling says, you'd rock it. I looked down at the red dress Harper had picked. "Okay, that is either psychic or he is stalking me, and I am not sure which is more concerning," I said. "Maybe he stalked your socials and saw you in red before," Harper suggested, though she looked worried too. I checked my Instagram. Private, no recent red outfits. Nope, luck strikes 3. Then this guy's either super intuitive or super creepy. Let's find out which. When we arrived at Luca's at 6:55, the place was buzzing. Friday night crowd already into their drinks and apps. I smoothed my red dress for the 100th time, nerves making my hands shake slightly. "You look amazing," Harper said, squeezing my hand. "If this guy's a creep, we bail immediately. I brought pepper spray." "You brought pepper spray to dinner." "I brought pepper spray to meet a guy we met via wrong number less than 24 hours ago. Basic safety." She scanned the room. "You even know what he looks like?" "Nope, no pics. Of course not." "Super mysterious." "Oh God." Harper's grip on my arm tightened. "Is that him?" I followed her gaze to a table in the corner, where a man sat alone, and I sucked in a breath. He was watching us, watching me, with an intensity that should have been unsettling, but somehow wasn't. Dark hair perfectly styled, sharp cheekbones, a jaw that could cut glass. He wore a black button-down, sleeves rolled to his forearms, revealing intricate tattoos snaking up his arms. As we approached, he stood. I realized he was tall, easily 6'2" or 3, with a build that suggested either regular gym time or manual labor. Everything about him screamed danger and money. "Sophia," he said, his voice exactly as I'd imagined from his texts. Deep, confident, with a faint Italian accent that made my name sound like a caress. "You wore red." "Lucky guess," I managed, though my voice was shakier than intended. "Educated guess." His dark eyes swept over me with clear appreciation. "You struck me as someone who'd look bold in bold colors." I was right. "I am Harper." Harper inserted herself between us, full protective mode. "And since my friend has had a rough couple of days, you should know I have pepper spray and a black belt. I figured you were Harper." Alexander's mouth quirked in a smile. "I am Alexander Russo, and I assure you my intentions are purely friendly." The way he said friendly hinted at more, but there was genuine warmth in his eyes. "Please sit," he continued. I took the liberty of ordering wine. "Hope you like Chianti." We sat, Harper strategically between Alexander and me like a human shield. Up close, he was even more striking. Dark stubble, full lips, eyes that seemed to see through my cautious facade. "So," I said, needing to break the tension. "Alexander Russo, what do you do when you are not rescuing drunk, heartbroken women via wrong numbers?" A bit of this and that, vague but charmingly so, mysterious rather than evasive. "Import, export, some real estate investments, boring business stuff." "Import, export." Harper's tone dripped skepticism. "That is vague." "It is boring," he corrected smoothly. "Which is why we're not talking about it." Tonight's about Sophia, not me. Tell me about this Ethan, the fool who cheated on you. I took a big sip of wine before answering. 3 years together, thought we were solid. Turns out only I was. He has been with that coworker for 6 months. 6 months. Alexander's expression darkened. That is not a mistake. That is a choice, repeated over and over. Exactly what I said, Harper interjected. Aunts might be weakness. 6 months is straight, up asshole behavior. Couldn't agree more. Alexander reached across the table, covering my hand briefly before pulling back. The contact was electric, even fleeting. So now the question is, how do you want to handle it? Mature high road or satisfying revenge? You gave me the mature option last night, I reminded him. That was last night. Today I am more interested in what you really want, not what you think you should want. He leaned in slightly. So tell me, Sophia, if you could do anything to Ethan right now, no consequences, what would it be? I thought about it. The wine and his attention made me bolder than usual. I want him to see me happy, not fake social media happy, but truly happy without him. I want him to realize exactly what he lost and know he can never get it back. That is actually pretty mature, Harper commented. I thought you'd say something involving his car and a baseball bat. That is plan B, Alexander said, his tone making me think he wasn't entirely joking. But Sophia's plan is better, more effective in the long run. So here is how we do it. I raised an eyebrow. He paused, choosing his words carefully. You need to move on, have fun, show Ethan what he is missing. I need, he hesitated, a distraction, something fun. We can help each other. That sounds super sketchy. Harper was still in full guard mode. It is a proposition, not a seduction. Alexander's eyes never left mine. I take you out, show you a good time, help you remember what it feels like to be appreciated. You provide interesting company and help me dodge the endless women my mother keeps trying to set me up with. Mutually beneficial arrangement. You want to fake. Date me to avoid your mom's setups. I tried to wrap my head around it. Not fake. Real dates, real time together, just without the pressure of it having to be serious or long-term. You are recovering from a relationship. I am avoiding getting into one. Win-win. This was insane, agreeing to this with a man I'd known less than 24 hours. But something about Alexander made me want to say yes. Made me want to be bold and reckless for once in my carefully planned life. What is the catch? I asked. No catch, just honesty. I like you, Sophia. You are real, interesting. Not trying to impress me or get something from me. That is rare. He took a sip of wine. So, what do you say? Want to have some fun for the next few weeks and forget Ethan exists? Yes, I heard myself say. Yes, let's do it. Harper kicked me under the table. Can we talk privately for a sec? Of course, Alexander stood. I'll give you space. Order whatever you want. It is covered. Once he was out of earshot, Harper grabbed my hand. Sophia, are you insane? You don't know this guy. I know, it is completely crazy. But Harper, when was the last time I did something spontaneous? Something just for me? I glanced at Alexander by the bar, looking effortlessly elegant even there. He is offering a distraction, a way to move on. Why not take it? Because he could be dangerous, because he is clearly hiding something with that vague export answer. Because you just got out of a relationship with a guy who cheated on you for 6 months. 6 months of cheating on me. I squeezed her hand. I am not looking for love, Harper. I am looking for fun, for feeling wanted and valued instead of betrayed and played. Can't I have that? She studied me for a long moment, then sighed. Fine, but I am running a background check on him, and you are sharing your location with me constantly. If anything feels off, call me immediately. Deal? Alexander returned with fresh drink, smiling. Everything good? Everything's good, I said, despite, fair warning, my best friend is running a background check on you. Smart friend, his smile held a hint of wickedness. She'll find I am clean, mostly. There was that dangerous glint again. Now, let's order, he continued. I am starving, and I want to hear more about what Sophia does when she is not sending breakup texts to wrong numbers. Dinner passed in a blur of great food, better wine, and surprisingly easy conversation. Alexander was charming without being slick, interested without being pushy, funny without trying too hard. He shared stories about growing up in an Italian family that had me laughing to tears, asked thoughtful questions about my work as a graphic designer, and by the end of the night, even had Harper warming up to him. "I like you," Harper declared halfway through her third glass. "You are good to her, just don't make me regret saying that." "I won't," Alexander assured her. "Sophia's lucky to have a friend who protects her like that." When the bill came, he paid before I could reach for my wallet. "Non-negotiable," he said when I protested. "Part of the arrangement. I take you out. I pay. That is how it works. That is old school. I am Italian, we're traditional about some things." He stood, offering his hand. "Walk you to your car." Outside, the night air was cool and crisp. Harper walked a bit ahead, giving space but staying close enough to intervene if needed. "I meant what I said in there," Alexander said, his hand finding the small of my back. "You are interesting, Sophia. I want to see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Don't you have import, export things?" "Nothing that can't wait." We stopped at my car, and he turned to face me fully. "Lunch tomorrow, somewhere casual. I'll pick you up at noon. You don't know where I live. You gave me your address last night for the delivery." His smile was wicked. "I have a good memory. That is a little creepy." "That is practical." He reached out, tucking a strand of hair behind my ear, a gesture intimate but not overstepping. "Say yes, Sophia. Let me show you a good time. Let me help you forget Ethan." I should have said no, should have taken time to think, to run that background check. Harper mentioned to be sensible and cautious. Instead, I said, "Yes, noon tomorrow, but Alexander, yes? If this is some elaborate plot to murder me and wear my skin, I'll be very disappointed." His laugh was genuine and warm. "I promise no murdering or skin. Wearing those are firmly off the table. Good to know where you draw the line." He leaned in, and for a moment I thought he'd kiss me. Instead, he pressed a kiss to my forehead, a gesture somehow more intimate than a real one. "Good night, Sophia. Sleep well tomorrow. We start the process of making you forget Ethan." That night in bed, I stared at Alexander's last text. "Thanks for giving me a shot. I promise it'll be worth it. Sweet dreams." My phone pinged with an email alert. Harper's background check. She'd actually done it. I opened it, scanning the results. Alexander Russo, 38. Owner of multiple businesses across the city. Real estate portfolio worth millions. No criminal record, though his name appears in several sealed files requiring higher clearance. The last line made me suck in a breath. Subject has known ties to organized crime. Proceed with extreme caution. I should have been terrified. Should have blocked his number and never looked back. Instead, I found myself smiling. A dangerous distraction, indeed. Day 3. I woke to 17 missed calls from Ethan and 1 text from Alexander. "Morning coffee order. I'll grab it on my way to pick you up." I ignored Ethan's calls. I'd blocked him on socials last night, but apparently not his number yet. I focused on Alexander's message. "Iced vanilla latte, extra shot." "How'd you know I need coffee to function?" Lucky guess number 4. "See you at noon." Harper called as I debated between jeans and a sundress. "Please tell me you saw the background check." I did. I put her on speaker, holding up both outfits to the mirror. "And you are still going out with him?" "Sophia," it said, "organized crime." It said ties to organized crime, not the same. I chose the sundress, casual but cute. A lot of people in this city have ties to stuff, doesn't mean they're directly involved. That is rationalizing. You know it. But her voice was more worried than angry. "Just promise you'll be careful. Keep location sharing on, check in every hour. And for God's sake, don't go anywhere private with him until we know more." "I promise." But honestly, if he wanted to hurt me, he had my address last night and did nothing but send Ty. That has to count for something. Serial killers can be patient. "You really need to stop watching those documentaries." I applied light makeup, going for natural. "He is picking me up in an hour. I'll text when we get wherever." "You better. And if he is mafia or whatever, at least make sure he is the hot kind, the kind worth the risk." "You've seen him. Definitely worth the risk." Alexander arrived exactly at noon in a sleek black sedan that probably cost more than my annual salary. He got out to open my door, an old school gesture that should have felt outdated, but somehow charmed, then handed me an iced coffee. As requested, vanilla latte with extra shot. He was in dark jeans and a black tee that did nothing to hide his muscled frame or the tattoos covering his arms. In daylight, I could see more details. Italian script, geometric patterns, what looked like a family crest on his forearm. "You are staring," he said, amused. "They're extensive. Family tradition. Each one tells a story." He started the car, and I noticed more ink on his hands, script wrapping his fingers. "Maybe someday, I'll tell you about them." Someday implies this lasts more than a few dates. I am optimistic. He merged into traffic smoothly. "How was your night? Any regrets about agreeing to this?" I thought of Harper's warnings, the background check, those sealed files. Should I have regrets? Depends. Are you the type to let fear of what could be stop you from experiencing what might be great? He glanced at me. Because I get the sense you've been playing it safe, careful rule, following, risk, avoidant. Has that worked out for you? I ended up with a cheating boyfriend. So, not great. Exactly. So maybe time to try something different. Be reckless, take chances. See what happens when you stop playing it safe. His hand found mine on the center console. I am not saying I am not dangerous, Sophia. I am, but not to you. Never to you. That is exactly what a dangerous person would say. True, but I am also being honest. He squeezed my hand lightly and let go. Harper ran that background check, didn't she? No point denying it. How'd you know? Because she is a good friend who cares about your safety. I'd be disappointed if she hadn't. He turned onto a street I didn't recognize. What'd it say? That you are very rich and have ties to organized crime. I watched his face carefully, care to elaborate on the second part. My family's been in this city for 4 generations. We know people, have connections to organizations that operate outside the law. Some legit, some not so much. I personally don't engage in criminal activity, but I can't control who my relatives associate with. Carefully worded, possibly rehearsed. Does that scare you? It should, I admitted. But honestly, after 3 years with Ethan, a little danger sounds refreshing. His laugh was surprised and genuine. That is either incredibly brave or incredibly reckless. You said to be reckless. I am trying. I like it. I like reckless you. He pulled into a parking lot. A marina. Come on, I have something to show you. The marina was beautiful. Boats of all sizes bobbing gently in their slips. Alexander led me down the dock to a sleek white yacht that screamed money and luxury. "This is yours?" I asked, though I knew the answer. "One of my investments, thought we could take it out for the afternoon. Nothing too far, just cruise the coastline, private, peaceful, perfect for getting to know each other without distractions." He helped me aboard. "Unless you'd prefer somewhere more public?" I should have said yes, should have insisted on staying where there were witnesses. Instead, I heard myself say, "This is perfect." The yacht's interior was as luxurious as the exterior. Leather seating, a full kitchen, a bedroom I tried not to think too much about. Alexander handed me a life jacket with an amused smile. "Safety first. Can't have you falling overboard on our second date." "Is that what this is? A date? What else would it be?" He fastened his own. "Good weather, a boat, definitely a date." As we pulled away from the dock, I texted Harper our location and a pic of the yacht. Her reply was instant. "Are you insane? You are on a boat in the middle of the ocean with a guy tied to organized crime. This is every thriller movie plot. Relax. I am fine. He is being a perfect gentleman, checking in every hour. You better. I've got 911 on speed dial." I pocketed my phone and joined Alexander at the wheel. Wind tousled his dark hair, sunglasses hiding his eyes. He looked like he stepped out of a magazine, dangerous, beautiful, completely in his element. "You know how to drive this thing?" I asked, then immediately felt stupid. "I know how to do a lot of things." He slowed the yacht once we were far enough offshore, then engaged autopilot. "Come here, let me show you." He guided me to stand in front of him, his arms bracketing me as he demonstrated the controls. I was hyper, aware of his body against my back, his heat, the way his breath brushed my hair when he spoke. This controls speed, this steers. That is autopilot, which we're on now so I can focus on you instead of not crashing. His hands settled on my hips, warm through the thin fabric of my sundress. Tell me, Sophia, why did you really say yes to this? To your fake dating arrangement or to getting on your boat? Both? I thought about it. About Ethan's betrayal, about 3 years of playing it safe and following rules, about being boring and predictable and easy to cheat on. Because I am tired of being careful, tired of doing all the right things and still getting hurt. Because you are exciting and dangerous and everything I've been told to avoid, and something about you makes me want to be reckless. Good answer. His lips grazed my neck. Not quite a kiss, but close enough to make me shiver. Want to know why I said yes? Because you need someone to fend off your mom's setups? That was an excuse, truth? He turned me to face him, and I had to tilt my head to meet his eyes. Because when you sent that text, when I read the pain and anger and resolve in your words, something in me recognized something in you. Someone who has been hurt but refuses to stay down. Someone strong enough to walk away from what doesn't serve them. That is rare, Sophia, and beautiful. I want to know you. That is pretty smooth for a guy who claims he doesn't date. I don't date. Not seriously, not in years. But something about you makes me want to try. His hands cupped my face. I am going to kiss you now. Tell me to stop if you don't want it. I didn't tell him to stop. His kiss was nothing like I'd expected. Not aggressive or demanding, but patient and thorough. He kissed me like he had all the time in the world. Like learning my taste and feel was the only thing that mattered. His hands slid into my hair, angling my head to deepen it, and I melted against him. When we finally broke apart, we were both breathing hard. I couldn't find the words. Yes, his forehead rested against mine. It was. We spent the afternoon on the yacht talking, laughing, occasionally kissing in ways that made me forget Ethan ever existed. Alexander was attentive and funny, surprisingly easy to talk to. He asked questions that showed real interest, shared stories that made me laugh, touched me with a casualness that suggested comfort rather than presumption. Tell me about the tattoos, I said over dessert, tracing the script on his forearm. You said they tell stories. This one, he pointed to the family crest, is my family name and heritage. Reminder of where I come from. These, his fingers, are names of people I've lost. My father, grandfather, a cousin who died young. This, he touched his chest through his shirt, is my mother's favorite prayer. She made me promise to ink it over my heart. You are close with your mom. Very. She drives me nuts with the setups, but it is from a good place. She just wants me settled, happy, giving her grandkids. He grimaced. I keep telling her I am not ready, but she thinks I've mourned too long. His expression shuddered briefly. My fiancée died 4 years ago. Car accident. She was driving to meet me for dinner when someone ran a red light and hit her. Killed instantly. His voice was carefully controlled. I blamed myself for a long time. If she wasn't coming to see me, if I'd picked her up instead of letting her drive. That wasn't your fault. Logically, I know. But grief doesn't do logic. He finished his wine. Her death changed me, made me more cautious about who I let close, made me realize that in my world, caring about someone makes them a target. That is why I haven't been serious with anyone since. Too risky. But you are risking it with me. You are different, worth the risk. He stood, pulling me up with him. Come on, I want to show you something. He led me down a short path to the beach, waves lapping gently at the shore. The moon was full, casting silver light over the water, making everything look magical and surreal. This is why I love this spot, Alexander said, pulling me close. It is peaceful. Reminds me there is beauty in the world beyond the ugliness I deal with daily. Your work is ugly, sometimes. Dealing with people's worst impulses, cleaning up messes, enforcing order by force when necessary. It takes a toll. His arm tightened around me. But then I met you, and suddenly everything feels lighter. Like maybe there is something good waiting for me if I am brave enough to go for it. That is pretty poetic for a mafia-adjacent businessman. I am multifaceted. He turned me to face him. Sophia, I know this is fast. I know we're moving at a pace that is probably unhealthy or unwise, but I can't make myself slow down. Not when everything in me is screaming to claim you. make you mine in every way possible. Then claim me. The words spilled out before I could think. I am tired of being careful, of overthinking everything. I want to be reckless with you. His kiss was possessive and desperate, his hands tangling in my hair as he backed me against a boulder. My arms wrapped around his neck, pressing closer, needing more contact, more connection, more everything. Say it again, he demanded against my lips. Tell me you want this. I want this. I want you. I pulled him closer. Take me back to the beach house, Alexander. Show me what reckless feels like. The drive back to the beach house felt like an eternity. Alexander's hand never left mine, his grip edged with barely restrained need. As soon as we were through the door, he pulled me to him, his mouth finding mine with an intensity that stole my breath. Last chance to change your mind, he murmured against my lips. Even as his hands roamed my back, my waist, leaving trails of heat wherever he touched. Because once we do this, Sophia, you are mine completely. I won't be able to let you go. I don't want you to let me go. I pulled him down for another kiss. I want this. Want you. Stop being noble and take me to bed. His laugh was dark and full of promise. As you wish. He scooped me up. Actually scooped me up. Like something out of a romance novel, and carried me to the master bedroom. Moonlight streamed through the windows, painting everything silver, making the moment feel dreamlike and surreal. He set me on the edge of the bed, his hands finding the hem of my sundress. You are beautiful, he said, voice rough with want. I've been imagining this since I saw you in that red dress, but reality is so much better than fantasy. You've been fantasizing about me? I reached for his shirt, needing to feel his skin against mine, nonstop. He helped me pull it off, revealing the full extent of his tattoos. Intricate designs covered his chest and ribs, each one a story I wanted to learn. I can't think straight when I am around you, can't focus on anything, but how much I want you. Then have me, I pulled him closer, needing his heat, his weight, his everything. I am right here, I am yours. He made love to me slowly, thoroughly, mapping every inch of my body with patient attention. Gentle when I needed it, demanding when I wanted more, reading my responses with an intuition that suggested either vast experience or true connection. Probably both. Afterward, tangled in the sheets, his arms around me, I felt something shift inside me. This wasn't just physical, not just a rebound or distraction from Ethan. This was real, terrifying, and absolutely what I'd been missing my whole life. What are you thinking? Alexander murmured into my hair, his fingers tracing lazy patterns on my bare shoulder. That I might be in trouble. I turned to face him. This is happening too fast. I should be more careful, but I don't care. You are dangerous and complicated and exactly what I need. Sophia, you don't have to say it back. I am not asking you to. I just wanted you to know where I stand. His hands framed my face. I want to say I am completely screwed. I let you in too fast, and now I can't imagine my life without you. I'd burn down the world to keep you safe and happy. His eyes locked on mine, fierce and vulnerable. I love you, Sophia, completely, irrevocably, which is probably too much for someone I've known a week. My breath caught. Alexander. I know it is crazy. I know normal people don't fall this fast, but nothing about us has been normal from the start. Why should this be different? His thumb traced my lower lip. You don't have to say it back, I just needed you to know. I love you too, the words felt right. Even if they shouldn't. I think I started falling when you offered to make Ethan's car mysteriously break down. Maybe before. It is crazy and fast and probably a terrible idea. But I don't care. I love you. His kiss was possessive and tender. Good, he whispered against my lips. You are mine now, Sophia. No going back. Yours. I agreed completely. We spent the rest of the weekend in our private paradise, cooking together, swimming in the ocean, making love until we were both exhausted and sated. Alexander was attentive and generous, constantly touching me like he needed to reassure himself I was real, like he couldn't quite believe I was there with him. Sunday morning, as we made breakfast together, my phone rang. Unknown number. Don't answer, Alexander said sharply, coming from where he'd been working in the home office. But curiosity won. I picked up. Hello. Sophia Chen, please don't hang up. I hung up immediately. How did Ethan get a new number? You said you handled it. Alexander's expression turned cold and dangerous. I did. He must have used a burner. Give me a minute. He stepped outside, making a call in rapid Italian. When he returned 5 minutes later, his face was carefully controlled. Handled. He won't call again. He paused. Sophia, I need to tell you something about Ethan. Something I found out a few days ago but didn't want to ruin our weekend. My stomach sank. What? He is not just your ex. He has connections to people who are problems for me. His father does business with a rival organization, not high level, but enough ties to be concerning. Wait, you are saying Ethan is involved in organized crime? Not directly, but his family has links, which means your relationship with him, your breakup. It puts you in a complicated position. People in my world might see you as a way to get information, leverage, access. He pulled me close. That is why I had to be so aggressive with Ethan. It is not just about him bothering you. It is about neutralizing a potential threat. You should have told me sooner. I know, but I didn't want to scare you off before you understood I'd protect you. Despite the complications, you are safer with me than alone and vulnerable. His hands framed my face. I am sorry for keeping it from you, but I am not sorry for protecting you. What else are you keeping from me? I pulled back slightly. You promised honesty, Alexander. What else are you hiding when things get complicated? He was silent for a long moment. The true extent of my role. What I actually do beyond the vague import-export explanation. Tell me all of it. I run security operations for several families in the city when there is trouble. Someone threatening territory, breaking agreements, stepping out of line. I handle it. Sometimes negotiation, sometimes intimidation, sometimes worse. He met my eyes steadily. I am known as a fixer. I make problems disappear. And yes, sometimes that involves violence. Sometimes it involves making people disappear entirely. You are an enforcer. The reality sank in. You hurt people for a living. I protect people for a living. Hurting is just the necessary means sometimes. His voice was firm. I won't apologize for what I do, Sophia. It keeps my family safe, maintains order in chaos, prevents wars that would kill innocents. But I understand if knowing what I really am makes you want to walk away. I should have walked, should have been shocked, disgusted, terrified. But all I felt was a strange understanding. Alexander had been honest about his world being dangerous from the start. This was just the specifics of that danger. I need time to process this, I said finally. To think about what it means if I can handle that part of your life. Take as much as you need, he kissed my forehead. But Sophia, while you are thinking, remember this. I'd never hurt you. Never let anyone hurt you. Everything I do, everything I am, I'd bend it all to serve you, to protect you, care for you, give you the life you deserve. That doesn't change because you know the ugly details now. We drove back to the city in heavy silence. When he dropped me at my apartment, he walked me to the door, his hand never leaving my back. Call me when you are ready, he said. Or don't call at all if you decide it is too much. I'll understand, but Sophia, I meant it. I love you. That doesn't change no matter what you decide. Inside, I immediately called Harper. I need to tell you something about Alexander. Oh God, he is mafia, isn't he? Worse, he is a fixer. He handles problems for multiple crime families, which means he is deeper in than we thought, and definitely more dangerous. And you are considering staying with him. Not a question, a statement. I love him, Harper. I know it sounds crazy after a week, but I do. He has been honest about what he is, what his world involves. The question is, if I can handle it, can you? Can you be with a man who hurts people for a living, who might come home with blood on his hands? Harper's voice was gentle. I am not judging, but you need to be honest with yourself about what you can actually stomach. I thought about the weekend, about feeling safe and cherished and valued, about Alexander's gentleness with me despite his capacity for violence, about the way he looked at me, like I was precious. I think I can, I said slowly, not because I approve of the violence, but because I understand his world operates by different rules, because the protection and devotion and love he offers without conditions is worth something. Then I am with you. But Sophia, be careful. Love makes us stupid. Don't let it blind you to real danger. That night, alone in bed, I stared at my phone, at Alexander's last text. Missing you already. Sleep well, beautiful. I'll be here when you are ready. I typed and deleted 17 different replies before settling on. Missing you too. Can we talk tomorrow? His reply was instant. Anytime, I'll come to you. Name the time and place. My apartment, 7 p.m. Done. I'll bring wine. Sophia, thank you for not running, for giving this a real chance. It means everything to me. I fell asleep with my phone in hand, already planning what to make for dinner for the man I'd inexplicably fallen completely in love with. Alexander arrived exactly at 7. Bottle of wine and flowers in hand. His face as tense as I felt about this conversation. Thank you for these. They're beautiful. I took the roses. Not as beautiful as you. He followed me to the kitchen, watching as I put them in water. Something smells amazing. Chicken marsala, my specialty. I stirred the sauce, needing something to keep my hands busy. Wine's poured. We should talk before we eat. Okay, he sat at my tiny kitchen table, looking too big for the space. I am ready. Ask me anything. I took a deep breath, gathering my thoughts. I've been thinking all night about what you told me about your real job, and I realized I need to understand the full scope. Not just vague explanations, but the real details. What do you want to know? Everything? Have you killed people? Yes, no hesitation. Not recently, not often. But yes. When negotiation fails and violence is the only language someone understands. Do you enjoy it? Number, I am good at it, but I don't enjoy it. It is necessary sometimes to prevent worse violence, but it is not something I take pleasure in. What about the people you hurt but don't kill? What happens to them? They learn a lesson. Sometimes through intimidation, sometimes economic ruin, sometimes physical pain. The method depends on the situation and the severity of what they've done. And Ethan? What exactly did you do to him? Alexander's expression darkened. I had his car impounded on fabricated violations, infected his work computer with a virus that exposed some shady financial dealings he'd been hiding. Had my lawyers file harassment charges that will follow him for years, and I made it very clear that if he contacted you again, the consequences would be much more severe. You ruined his life. I eliminated a threat. There is a difference. His eyes locked on mine. He hurt you, Sophia. That alone justified consequences. But when I discovered his family's ties, he became a liability. I handled him the only way I know, thoroughly and permanently. What else haven't you told me? I stepped back slightly. You promised honesty, Alexander. What else do you hide when things get complicated? He was silent for a long moment. The true scope of my responsibilities. I don't just work for a few families. I actually coordinate peace between most of the major organizations in the city. I am like a mediator, an arbiter. When disputes arise, I am called in to resolve them, whether through diplomacy or force. So you are more than adjacent. You are in the center. Yes, he stood, stepping closer. I am in the center. I know all the secrets, control all the levers. It makes me one of the most dangerous and most protected men around. No one touches me because it would upset the entire balance of power. And now that I am with you, that makes me a potential target. It also makes you untouchable. His hands found my waist. Because hurting you means declaring war on me. No one wants that war, Sophia. You are under my protection now. That makes you probably the safest person in this city. I searched his eyes for any sign of deception or manipulation, but all I saw was raw honesty and something that looked like fear that I'd walk away. I can handle what you do, I said finally, on one condition. Anything. You keep that part of your life separate from me. You don't bring the violence home. You don't put me in danger because of your work. And when things get complicated, you are honest with me. I need honesty, Alexander. That is non-negotiable. Deal. He pulled me close. Complete honesty. Sophia, I promise. You'll never see that side of me. When I am with you, I am just Alexander, the man who loves you and wants to build a life with you. The rest stays separate. Good. I buried my face in his chest, listening to his heartbeat. Then I am all in, whatever this is, wherever it goes. He tilted my chin up to kiss me. God, I love you so much. I love you too, I kissed him back. Now let's eat before dinner gets cold. 2 weeks, that is all it took for Alexander Russo to upend my life completely. 2 weeks of dinners at restaurants that required months, long reservations, but he always got a table. 2 weeks of morning texts that made me smile before coffee. 2 weeks of feeling desired and valued in ways Ethan never had in 3 years. 2 weeks of falling in love with a man who was absolutely dangerous and probably involved in organized crime. You are glowing, Harper observed at our weekly brunch. It is disgusting, and I am so happy for you but deeply concerned. I know it is fast. Fast, Sophia. 2 weeks ago you were crying over Ethan. Now you are dating a guy who is probably mafia and looking at him like he hung the moon. She sipped her mimosa. I am not judging. Okay, I am judging a little, but mostly worried. I am being careful. Are you? Because from where I am sitting, you are diving headfirst into something that could be really dangerous. Her expression softened. I just don't want to see you hurt again, or worse. Alexander would never hurt me. You don't know that. You've known him 2 weeks, Sophia, 2 weeks. People can hide who they really are for way longer than that. She had a point. But something about Alexander felt right in a way Ethan never had. Like puzzle pieces finally clicking into place. I know it sounds crazy. Trust me, I know. I squeezed her hand. But Harper, when I am with him, I feel alive. He makes me laugh, makes me feel beautiful, makes me want to take risks I've avoided my whole life. Isn't that worth something? It is. Just promise you'll keep your head about this. No moving in after 2 weeks. No engagements after a month. Nothing that ends with me identifying your body. That is dark. That is realistic, given his background. But she was smiling. Fine, fine. I am on board with your reckless phase. Just keep me in the loop. Location sharing always on. My phone buzzed. Alexander. Missing you. What are you doing tonight? Brunch with Harper. No plans after. Plans changed. Pack a bag. We're going away for the weekend. I showed Harper. He wants me to go away with him for the weekend. Where? He didn't say. You are going to an undisclosed location with a man you've known 14 days. Seeing my face, she sighed. Of course you are. At least tell me where once you know, so when you inevitably get murdered, I can send the cops to the right place. Where are we going? Surprise. But somewhere beautiful and private. Just you and me. Say yes, Sophia. Yes. What should I pack? Comfy stuff and something formal. Picking you up at 5. He is being deliberately mysterious, Harper observed. That is either super romantic or super serial killer. You need to stop with the serial killer thing. You need to start being more cautious. But she is already helping me plan outfits. If you are doing this, at least look hot doing it. Alexander arrived exactly at 5 in a different car this time. A sleek silver sports car that probably cost more than my student loans. He was in dark jeans and a fitted black Henley that showcased his build and tattoos, looking casual and stunning. Ready for an adventure? He asked, stowing my bag in the trunk. Ready. You gonna tell me where we're going? Ruin the surprise. Never. He opened my door. That old school courtesy that shouldn't have been appealing but totally was. Trust me, Sophia, you'll love it. The drive took 2 hours, north along the coast. We talked about everything and nothing. My design work, his business, music tastes, embarrassing childhood stories. With every mile, I felt myself relax more. The easy intimacy between us growing. Can I ask you something? I said, as the sun started setting. And you'll give me an honest answer. Depends on the question, but I'll try, his tone serious. Are you in the mafia? He didn't answer right away, his hands tightening slightly on the wheel. If I say yes, what do you do? I don't know. That is why I am asking. I need to know what I am getting into, Alexander. What being with you really means. Fair. He exited the highway onto a smaller road. Truth is, my family has ties, deep connections to organizations that operate outside the law. I personally don't engage in criminal activities, but I benefit from the protection and resources those ties provide. Does that make me complicit? Probably. Does it make me a member? Number, but it is close enough that the distinction doesn't matter to most people. So you are mafia adjacent. One way to put it. He glanced at me. Does that change things between us? I thought about it. Really thought. The smart thing would be to say yes, end this before I got in too deep. But looking at Alexander, I didn't see a criminal. I saw a man who'd been kind and generous and protective from the moment I accidentally texted him. No, I decided. It doesn't change things, but I need one promise from you. Anything. If your world gets dangerous, if being with you puts me in real danger, you tell me. You don't hide it or try to shield me from the truth. I need honesty, Alexander. That is non-negotiable. Deal. He brought my hand to his lips, pressing a kiss to my knuckles. Complete honesty, Sophia, thank you. For what? For not running, most women would have by now. I am not most women. I've noticed. His smile was warm. We're almost there. The place turned out to be a private beach house. All glass and modern lines perched on a cliff overlooking the sea. It was stunning and secluded. Absolutely the kind of place someone could murder you without witnesses. This is yours? I asked as he parked. Borrowed from a friend, thought we could use somewhere private to really get to know each other. No distractions, no expectations, just us. He came around to open my door. But if you are not comfortable here, we can go to a hotel, your call. I looked at the house, at Alexander's hopeful expression, and made my decision. It is perfect. The interior was as gorgeous as the exterior. Minimalist furniture, floor-to-ceiling windows showcasing the ocean. A kitchen that would make any chef weep. Alexander gave me the tour, showing me the guest room if I wanted my own space, then leading me to the master with its massive bed and private balcony. I'll sleep here, he said, dropping his bag. You are welcome to join me if you want. No pressure for now, I just want you comfortable. I'll take the guest room for now, I added. But thanks for giving me the choice. Of course, he stepped closer, hands finding my waist. I am making dinner. Want to help or relax? Help, I am good in the kitchen. I bet you are good at a lot of things. The heat in his voice made my stomach flip. Come on, let's cook. We made pasta from scratch. His nonna's recipe, he said, passed down generations. Working with him in the kitchen felt natural and intimate, our movements syncing like we'd done it 100 times. You are good at this, I observed as he kneaded the dough expertly. Italian family, cooking is survival. He flicked flour at my nose playfully, and I find it relaxing. When work gets stressful, I come here and cook. Reminds me there is more to life than business and obligations. What else do you do to relax? This, spend time with interesting people. His eyes met mine. You are the first person I've brought here, Sophia. This place is my sanctuary, wanting you here, sharing it with you. That means something. What does it mean? It means I am falling for you. Hard, fast, devastatingly. I know it is soon. I know we've only known each other 2 weeks, but I can't control how I feel. You've become important to me in such a short time. Alexander, you don't have to say it back. I am not asking you to. I just wanted you to know where I stand. He turned back to the pasta. Now set the table. Dinner's almost ready. We ate on the balcony, the sound of waves crashing below, stars starting to appear in the darkening sky. The food was incredible, the wine perfect, the company even better. Tell me about your family, Alexander said over dessert. You've never mentioned them, not much to tell. Dad left when I was 8. Mom remarried when I was 12 to a guy who is okay but not really interested in the stepdad role. I have a half-brother I barely know. We're not close. I swirled my wine. Harper's more family than my actual family. That is why you are so tight. She chose you, and you chose her. He reached across the table for my hand. I get that. My blood family is complicated, lots of expectations and obligations, but my chosen family, the people I trust, they're everything to me. Am I part of that, your chosen family? Becoming it. His thumb circled my palm, then let go. Do you want to be? I think I do. But Alexander, I need to know what happened to your fiancée. You mentioned she died, but not how. His expression shuddered briefly. Car accident. She was driving to meet me for dinner when someone ran a red light and hit her. Killed instantly. His voice was carefully controlled. I blamed myself for a long time. If she wasn't coming to see me, if I'd picked her up instead of letting her drive, that wasn't your fault. Logically, I know, but grief doesn't do logic. He finished his wine. Her death changed me, made me more cautious about who I let close. Made me realize that in my world, caring about someone makes them a target. That is why I haven't been serious with anyone since. Too risky. But you are risking it with me. You are different. Worth the risk. He stood, pulling me up with him. Sophia, I know this is fast. I know we're moving at a pace that is probably unhealthy or unwise, but I can't make myself slow down. Not when everything in me is screaming to claim you, make you mine in every way possible. Then claim me. The words spilled out before I could think. I am tired of being careful, of overthinking everything. I want to be reckless with you. His kiss was possessive and desperate, his hands tangling in my hair as he backed me against the rock. My arms wrapped around his neck, pressing closer, needing more contact, more connection, more everything. Say it again. He demanded against my lips. Tell me you want this. I want this. I want you. I pulled him closer. Take me back to the beach house, Alexander. Show me what reckless feels like. The walk back to the house felt dreamy and charged. As we crossed the threshold, Alexander pinned me against the door, his mouth finding mine with an intensity that weakened my knees. Bedroom, I gasped between kisses. Too far. His hands slid under my thighs, lifting me. My legs wrapped around his waist as he carried me to the living room, setting me on the arm of the couch. Sophia, his forehead against mine, breathing ragged. If we do this. We are, I interrupted, pulling his shirt over his head. No more thinking. I want you. Now, no slow or gentle this time. It was need and want and overwhelming connection. Afterward, tangled on the couch, both of us panting, I realized there was no going back. I was completely in love with Alexander Russo. Dangerous, complicated, utterly wrong for me, but feeling like home. Move in with me, he said abruptly. What? Move in with me, live with me, be with me. Stop pretending we need separate spaces or to take it slow. I want to wake up to you every morning, come home to you after long days. He framed my face. Move in with me, Sophia. Alexander, we've known each other 2 weeks. I don't care. How long you've known someone isn't the same as how well you know them. I know you enough to know I want you in my life, permanently. His thumb brushed my cheek. Say, yes. I should have said no. Should have asked for time, for space, been sensible. Yes, I heard myself say. Yes, I'll move in. His kiss was relief and promise. You won't regret it, I promise. 3 days later, I was moving my last box into Alexander's downtown penthouse. The place was insanely luxurious. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city, modern furniture, a kitchen bigger than my old apartment. You sure about this? Harper asked, helping unpack. Moving in with a guy you've known 17 days? I am sure. I started hanging clothes in the massive closet we now shared. I know it is fast, but Harper, it feels right. Fast, Sophia. 3 weeks ago you were crying over Ethan. Now you are living with a man who admits to killing people, her voice gentle. I am not judging, okay, judging a little, but mostly, I am worried about you. I know you are worried. I am a little worried about myself. I turn to face her. But when I am with him, I feel whole, like I've been searching for something my whole life and finally found it. Isn't that worth the risk? It is, she hugged me. Just don't lose yourself in the process. You are still Sophia. You still have your own life, your own job, your own identity. Don't forget that. I won't, I promised. Though I could already feel myself being pulled into Alexander's orbit, tugged by his gravity. That night, unpacking the last box in our penthouse, my phone rang, unknown number. Don't answer, Alexander said immediately, coming over from where he'd been working in the home office. But I'd already picked up. Hello, Sophia Chen. This is Victoria Kane, Ethan's mother. We need to talk. My stomach dropped. I don't think we have anything to discuss. My son is in the hospital. Serious injuries. Police are calling it a random attack. But we both know it is not random, don't we? Her voice sharpened. You need to call off your boyfriend. Ethan made a mistake, but he doesn't deserve this. I have no idea what you are talking about, but ice flooded my veins. Ethan and I broke up weeks ago. Whatever happened to him has nothing to do with me. Don't play dumb. I know who Alexander Russo is. I know what he is capable of, and I know you are living with him. She paused. Call him off, or I am going to the police. I don't care what connections he has. I won't let him destroy my son. She hung up before I could respond. I called Alexander immediately. Did you have Ethan beaten? Hospitalized? Silence. Then, I am coming home right now. Don't talk to anyone until I get there. He arrived 20 minutes later, expression carefully controlled. Let's sit and talk. Answer the question, Alexander, I demanded, arms crossed. Did you do it? Did you have Ethan hurt? Yes, no apology in his voice. He called you yesterday from another burner, telling you he'd keep trying until you agreed to see him. That is unacceptable, Sophia. I made it clear what would happen if he contacted you again. So you had him beaten badly enough to land in the hospital. My voice shook. That is not protection, Alexander. That is excessive. Is it? He stepped closer but didn't touch me. He was escalating, getting more desperate, more aggressive. Next step would be showing up here, at my home, where you live. I prevented that. He finally touched me, hands on my shoulders. I protected you from a man who won't take no for an answer. His mother called me, threatening to go to the police. She won't, Alexander's voice was certain. The Kane family has too many skeletons of their own. Going to the police would expose things they'd rather keep hidden. She is bluffing. How can you be so sure? Because it is my job to know everything about potential threats. His grip tightened slightly. Ethan's father has been embezzling from his company for years. His mother has a gambling addiction she has hidden from everyone. Ethan himself has been dealing drugs on the side to fund his lifestyle. He finally touched me, hands on my shoulders. They won't go to the police, Sophia. They can't afford the scrutiny. You investigated them, all of them. Of course, the moment I discovered their ties, I had my people dig up everything. That is what I do. I gather information, identify weaknesses, leverage them when necessary to protect what is mine. His grip tightened a fraction. And you are mine, to protect always. This is too much. I pulled away, needing space to think. You can't just hurt people because they annoy you. Normal relationships don't work like this. This isn't a normal relationship, his voice firm. You knew that when you agreed to be with me, knew what I was capable of, what my world involves. Don't act surprised now when I do exactly what I warned you I would. I thought you'd scare him, not hospitalize him. I did what was necessary to ensure he never bothers you again. Would you prefer I be gentle? Let him keep calling, keep trying, keep thinking he has a chance. Alexander's eyes were hard. Because that is not how I operate, Sophia. When someone threatens what is mine, I eliminate the threat thoroughly and permanently. No half measures. You are scaring me. His expression softened immediately. I'd never hurt you, never. But I won't apologize for protecting you, even if my methods scare you. He reached for me again, and this time I let him pull me close. I love you. Everything I do is to keep you safe. Can you understand that? I am trying. I buried my face in his chest. But Alexander, you have to promise me something. No more violence without talking to me first. If someone's a threat, we discuss it. We decide together how to handle it. You can't just act unilaterally. I can't promise that. Seeing my sharp look, he continued. If there is time to discuss, we discuss. But if it is an immediate threat, I'll act first and explain later. That is non-negotiable. Your safety comes before everything, including how you feel about how I ensure it. That is not fair. Life isn't fair. My world isn't fair. I'd rather have you mad at me and alive than happy with me but dead. He tilted my chin up. I know I am controlling. I know I am over the top. But I lost someone I loved once because I wasn't careful enough. I won't make that mistake again, not with you. His intensity should have made me run. Instead, it softened something in me. This was Alexander's love language, protection. Sometimes excessive. Always absolute. Cooled, I live with that. Fine, I said finally. But you at least tell me after. No secrets about who you've hurt, or threatened, or intimidated. Complete honesty. Deal, he kissed my forehead. Now, about Ethan's mother. If she calls again, don't answer. If she shows up here, security won't let her pass the lobby. If she somehow gets to you, call me immediately, understood? Understood. I stepped back to look at him. Is this going to keep happening? People from my past becoming problems you have to handle? Possibly. He went to his laptop, pulling up footage. Look at this. The video showed 2 men in a sedan parked across the street, clearly surveilling the penthouse entrance. Who are they? Associates of the Kane family, probably trying to gather intel, look for weaknesses. I've had my people watching them, but they're getting bolder. His jaw tightened. This is exactly why I had to be aggressive with Ethan. His family sees you as leverage now. They think if they can hurt you, they can hurt me. So what do? We handle it. I am meeting with the Kane family tomorrow to make it clear any further harassment will have severe consequences. I am upping security here. More cameras, more guards, better protocols. He closed the laptop. You won't even notice the changes, but you'll be safer. I am not sure I can live like this. Always looking over my shoulder, worried about threats I can't see. You don't have to. He pulled me close again. That is what I am for. You live your life. Do your design work. Be happy. I'll handle the shadows. He pulled me close. This is what love looks like in my world, Sophia. Not flowers and poetry, protection and vigilance. Making sure the people I love can sleep easy while I deal with the monsters. You make yourself sound like a hero. I am no hero. Heroes are selfless and noble. I am selfish, ruthless, and obsessively devoted to keeping you safe. If that makes me the villain, so be it. His lips found mine. But I am your villain. I'd burn anyone who tries to hurt you. I couldn't sleep that night. Alexander's arms were around me, his breathing deep and even, but my mind wouldn't stop racing. Ethan in the hospital because of me, his family surveilling the building because of me. I'd brought danger into Alexander's life just by existing in his world. I can hear you overthinking, Alexander murmured in the dark. What is wrong? Maybe I should leave. Go far away where I am not a liability to you. Absolutely not. He pulled me closer. You are not a liability, Sophia. You are the best thing in my life. The only good thing I've had in years. I am not giving you up because some idiots think they can use you against me. But if I am not here, if you are not here, I'll be hunting for you every waking moment, worrying about you, driving myself insane, wondering if you are safe. His voice fierce in the dark. You are not leaving. We're handling this together. Tomorrow I deal with the Kanes, and then we get on with our lives. Understood? Understood. More command than question. Understood. I relaxed against him. But promise me one thing. If this gets too dangerous, if your enemies really start coming after me, you'll let me choose whether to stay. I promise. But I heard the lie in his voice. Alexander would never let me go. Not willingly. I'd become too important, too essential. For better or worse, I was his now. And maybe that was okay. Maybe that intense, protective, all-consuming love was exactly what I needed, what I'd been missing in Ethan and every relationship before. I love you, I whispered. I love you too, his arms tightened. More than you know, more than is probably healthy, but I can't help it. You are mine, Sophia, always. Day 30 a month, 4 weeks since I sent that breakup text to the wrong number and changed my entire life. Alexander made good on his promise to handle the Kanes. Whatever he did in that meeting, he was vague on details, which told me all I needed to know worked. No more surveillance, no more threatening calls. Ethan quietly relocated to a different city for treatment. His family quieted their noise about revenge. See, Alexander said when I asked how he did it. Problems get handled. You just have to know the right pressure points. I didn't ask what pressure points he used. Some things I was learning were best left unknown. You are quiet today, Harper observed at lunch. We'd been trying to keep our weekly brunches, though I'd missed a few lately. Everything okay with the mafia boss? He is not a mafia boss. He is mafia adjacent. Even I didn't believe the distinction anymore. Everything's great. Amazing, actually. He has been amazing. Amazing how? Romantic dinners and thoughtful gifts amazing? Or making your enemies disappear amazing? A bit of both, if I am honest. I sipped my mimosa. Is it weird that I find the protective thing attractive? Knowing he'd literally kill for me makes me feel safe instead of scared. Yes, that is weird. It is also kind of hot, which makes both of us terrible people. Harper leaned forward. But seriously, Sophia, are you happy, truly happy, or just caught up in the intensity? I am happy, I was. Despite the complications, despite the danger, despite moving at a speed that should scare me. He makes me feel valued, cherished, safe. I've never had that. Never felt like someone would actually fight for me. Ethan never fought for you because he was a coward who didn't value what he had. Harper squeezed my hand. I am glad you found someone who does. Even if he is scary and dangerous and probably committing multiple felonies a week. Probably more than once a week, I admitted. But he keeps that part separate. I know it exists, but I don't have to see it. When he is with me, he is just Alexander. The guy who makes me coffee in the morning, asks about my design projects, holds me when I can't sleep. You are in love with him, not a question. Completely, terrifyingly, probably unwisely, but yes, I met her eyes. He proposed last night. What? Harper's squeal drew glances from nearby tables. He did what? After a month. That is insane. I know it is fast. Fast. Sophia, you've known him 30 days. That is not fast. That is asylum. Level. But despite her words, she was smiling. What did you say? I said yes. I held up my left hand where a simple but stunning diamond now sat. I know it is crazy. I know we should wait longer, be smarter, take it slow. But Harper, when you know, and I know I want to spend my life with him. You are marrying a guy you met via wrong. Number text. She shook her head, laughing. This is the craziest thing you've ever done. I am proud of you. You're being reckless and impulsive and living your life instead of playing it safe. That is growth. Even if it is slightly terrifying growth, she inspected the ring closer. It is gorgeous. He has good taste. He has expensive taste. I tried telling him it was too much, but he said nothing's too much for his wife. Wife tasted both foreign and wonderful on my tongue. I am going to be someone's wife. Alexander's wife, that comes with protection and luxury and probably a lot of morally questionable situations. Harper's expression turned serious. But if this is what you want, if he makes you happy, I am all in. Just promise you won't lose yourself in the process. You are still Sophia with your own dreams and goals and identity. I promise. I meant it. Actually, Alexander's been encouraging me to go after bigger design projects. He has introduced me to some of his business contacts, and I've landed 3 major clients already. My income tripled in the last 2 weeks. Because of his connections. Partly, but also because my work is good, and those clients appreciate that. I am not just Alexander's girlfriend, sorry, fiancée. I am a talented designer who happens to be engaged to a well-connected man. There is a difference. We spent the rest of lunch planning the wedding, which would happen sooner than traditional. Alexander wanted to make it official fast, and honestly, I saw no point in waiting. We were already living together, already committed. The wedding was just formalizing what we both already felt. When I got home that night, Alexander was in the kitchen making dinner, looking perfectly domestic, despite probably spending his day doing things I was better off not knowing. Hey, beautiful. He pulled me in for a kiss that tasted like red wine and promise. How is Harper? Shocked. I said yes to your proposal. Supportive but worried. Standard Harper response to my life choices. She thinks we're moving too fast. We are moving too fast? No denying it. But fast doesn't mean wrong. I knew I wanted to marry you the moment you texted me by accident. Finding you was fate, Sophia. And when I know what I want, I don't waste time. What do you want? You forever. Officially mine in every way possible. His hands found my hips. I want to wake up every morning knowing you are my wife. Introduce you as Mrs. Russo. Build a life that is ours. Not just mine or yours, but together. Mrs. Russo, I tested the name. Sophia Russo. Sounds good. Sounds perfect. He kissed me again, deeper this time. I love you so damn much. Sometimes it scares me. The thought of losing you, of anything happening to you. Nothing's going to happen to me. I cupped his face. You won't let it. That is what you do, right? Protect what is yours. I am yours. So, I am probably the safest person in this city. Damn right. His smile was fierce and possessive. Anyon, who even looks at you wrong, answers to me. You are under my protection forever now. That is what this ring means. I thought it meant you love me and want to marry me. That too. But in my world, marriage is protection. It is me announcing to everyone that you are mine. Threatening you means starting a war they can't win. He turned back to the stove. Dinner's ready. Open the wine. Good bottle, not the everyday stuff. What are we celebrating besides our engagement? New beginnings, a fresh start, the future we're building together. He plated the food with careful precision. And I wrapped up some business today, means I can step back from the more dangerous aspects of my work. Focus on legit operations, spend more time with you. Urally, you are retiring from being a fixer? Not fully retiring. I'll still consult, still maintain relationships, but the day-to-day enforcement, the hands on violence. I am delegating to people I trust. I want to be present in this life we're building, Sophia. Want to create something beyond just surviving in a dangerous world. What changed your mind? You did, he set our plates on the table. Realizing I want a future with you made me reevaluate priorities. The money's good, the power's useful. But none of it matters if I am not alive to enjoy it with you. So I am making changes, becoming the man you deserve instead of the one I've been. Tears pricked my eyes. That is the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me. Get used to it. I plan on being disgustingly romantic with you for the rest of our lives. He raised his glass. To us, to wrong numbers and right timing, to finding love in the most unexpected places, to us. I clinked my glass to his, to saying yes to a man I met via a text meant for someone else. Best wrong number ever. 6 months later. The wedding was small and intimate, just family and close friends at a stunning venue Alexander, somehow secured on short notice. Harper stood as my maid of honor, crying through the whole ceremony. Alexander's mother, whom I'd met 3 times and already adored, kept hugging me and calling me her daughter. You make him happy, she'd said the night before. I see him smiling again, laughing again. That is all a mother wants for her son. Now, standing in my simple white gown looking at Alexander in his perfectly tailored suit, I could hardly believe this was my life. The man who'd responded to my angry breakup text had become my husband, dangerous, complicated, and intensely perfect for me. I love you, Alexander said when it was time for vows. From the moment you texted me by accident, you've been the most interesting, unexpected, perfect thing in my life. You see me for who I am beyond what I do. You accept my world without losing yourself in it. You make me want to be better, safer, more present. So I promise you now, I'll protect you always, love you completely, be the man you deserve every day for the rest of our lives. I was crying by the time he finished. I love you too. You saved me when I didn't even know I needed saving. You showed me what it means to be valued, cherished, fought for. You are dangerous and protective and absolutely perfect for me. So I promise you now, I'll trust you always, love you completely, be your partner in everything for the rest of our lives. As we kissed as husband and wife, our small crowd erupted in applause, but I barely heard them. All I could focus on was Alexander, his arms around me. The mine, he whispered against my lips. At the reception, Ethan's name came up exactly once. Someone asked if I'd invited my ex, and Harper laughed. Her ex is persona non grata. Last I heard, he is living in Seattle and was very clearly instructed never to return to this city. Right, Alexander? I have no idea what you are talking about. But Alexander's smile was wicked. Though I did hear he is doing well in his new city. Much better for his health to stay away from here. Later in the car en route to our honeymoon destination, a private island Alexander had rented for 2 weeks. I leaned against my husband, smiling. What are you thinking? He asked, arm around me. That I am glad I sent that text to the wrong number. The worst night of my life led to the best thing that has ever happened to me. Sometimes the universe knows what it is doing when it throws chaos at us. Poetic. He kissed the top of my head. Want to know what I am thinking? Always. That I am the luckiest man alive. I get to spend my life with the woman who stumbled into my world by accident and decided to stay. Wrong numbers can lead to very right outcomes. His arm tightened around me. I love you, Mrs. Russo. I love you too, Mr. Russo, my accidental husband. My wrong number turned right. Best wrong number ever. As we drove toward our future, complicated, dangerous, absolutely perfect, I couldn't help but agree. I sat in the home office of our penthouse, putting the finishing touches on a design for a major client. The past year had been incredible. My career booming, my relationship with Alexander only deepening, and I'd learned to navigate his dangerous world while keeping my own identity. Hey, beautiful. Alexander poked his head in. At a good stopping point, I want to take you out to dinner. Give me 5. I saved my work and turned to him. Special occasion? Every day with you is a special occasion. He came in, hugging me from behind. But yes, I have news. Good news. Tell me. I am done, completely. No more fixing, no more enforcing. I've handed off all my operations to a successor. From now on, I am just a businessman with fully legit ventures. He spun my chair to face him. Which means less danger, fewer threats, more time with you. Alexander, I know, I said I'd step back, but I realized stepping back wasn't enough. I want out completely. I want to build a life with you that is not shadowed by my past. He knelt, my heart pounding. Sophia, I want a family. With you, kids' white picket fence, the whole damn fairy tale. I want normal with you. Tears streamed down my face. Are you sure? That world's been part of your life for so long. That world gave me you, but it also nearly cost me you a dozen times. I am done risking it, Sophia. I am ready to just be happy with you, with whatever we build. Yes, I pulled him up to kiss him. Yes, let's have a family. Let's build normal. Let's have our fairy tale, even if it started with a wrong number text. Especially because it started with a wrong number text. I leaned against him. The best stories always have unlikely beginnings. 2 unlikely beginnings, he whispered, kissing me again. 18 months later, I sat in a hospital room, cradling our daughter, Tinny Isabella Rose Russo, with her dark hair and her father's eyes. Alexander sat beside me, looking at her with awe and love. She is perfect, he whispered, gently stroking her cheek. She is. I looked at this little life we'd created, marveling at how my life had gone from sobbing on the couch, texting the wrong person, to this perfect moment. Penny for your thoughts? Alexander asked, noticing my expression. Just, if I hadn't fingered that number, if I'd texted Ethan correctly instead of you, none of this would have happened. No. He pulled us both close. It wouldn't. That is why I thank that mistake every day. That beautiful, life-changing, perfect mistake. Best mistake ever, I agreed. Isabella yawned in our arms asleep, completely unaware that her existence was the result of a chain of events, starting with a desperate midnight text to a stranger. Sometimes I thought, the best love stories start with accidents. Wrong numbers, wrong turns, wrong timing. And ours. It started with a completely wrong number, and ended up absolutely right.